Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode, we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Dilyana Mileva, a menopausal health educator and the founder of Menopause Support Academy, a platform dedicated to improving menopause education, awareness, and practical support for women and the professionals who serve them. Through her work, Dilyana helps bridge a critical gap, turning confusion, misinformation, and silence around menopause into clarity, confidence, and informed choice. Her approach is grounded, evidence-informed, and deeply practical, empowering women to advocate for themselves and navigate this transition with understanding rather than fear. Dilyana, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm excited to dive in and learn more about your journey. So with all of my guests, I do like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind, Dilyana, briefly take me back to what it was you was doing before you started up Menopause Support Academy. And then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
I used to be a lawyer and I used to be also a yoga teacher. I find myself actually teaching yoga because I wanted to help people to get more healthy with this union between the body and mind and spirit. And then I went through my own challenges in perimenopause, menopause with not sleeping, exhaustion, tiredness, and moodiness, forgetfulness. And then I was dismissed by the doctors. They told me you're too young to be in menopause. I didn't know also what's going on, as many other women. They're not aware what's going on. So what I discovered is I'm very probably in perimenopause. It started some hormonal changes. And there's a way of change your lifestyle to become more healthier without medication. So that I discover my passion to share my knowledge and wisdom how women can support themselves without medication.
I love it. So a very holistic approach to the menopause, which is really refreshing to see. And just like really shining a light on that because there isn't a lot of education out there for women. You know, I feel like every woman goes through it and we kind of don't really know what to expect when we get there. And as you say, there's misdiagnosis, there's misinformation, you know, doctors are not recognizing it in people either when it's pretty clear that you know what's going on in your own body. So people should be listening to you and what you're saying. So let's dive into that a little bit more then. So when it comes to like the Menopause Support Academy, who would you say is your ideal client? Like, who do you really, really love to work with? And then how is it you help and support people through that journey?
So there's two avenues to work with me. One is individual women who are high achievers, leaders, and who are entrepreneurs who feel that menopause slow them down. They cannot focus. They don't produce as it used to be, and it's kind of emotional, more roller coaster that frustrate them, and maybe the changes of identity. They need a little change somewhere in their identity to feel good about themselves again. So I support them to lifestyle changes, mindset, mindfulness, relaxation techniques, and also I use another tool who with help with this tool, I can scan their aura, their energetic field. With microcurrency transmission, they can stabilize their energetic field and they can receive a support in mental, physical, and emotional level.
Oh, amazing. So that's on an individual person. And then do you help with organizations as well? So do you go in and help people, or is it more on an individual basis?
Yeah, so this I used to not I used to I offer in a corporate wellness program to
Oh,
stabilize the mental health, to improve their communication between the employees, and also to know how to deal with women in a leadership position, who are executive directors who going through this transition and they don't feel supported going through this transition in the workplace.
yeah, and I think that's a big key to it as well, because with women in the workplace, when they're in leadership roles, even if it's higher up or lower down, you know, depending on how big the corporation is, it affects the team dynamic because if people don't understand what's going on or it's the wrong day, it can really affect the vibe and obviously the like
Yeah.
progression of the company as well. It's a very important key to that. So, what is it like to work with you then? So, is this more of like a coaching program where it's one-on-one and we get a lot of onboarding time? Like, what is the process like?
Or with the corporation or individual?
Individual first, and
Individual, I have a group program and one-one. The corporation, it's workshops, one day, half day, and also specialized program too. It's
awesome.
online. It's yeah. You have first assessment to see if how what their goals are, and then according that, I suggest which program is best for them and how we can proceed.
Amazing. So very tailored to them and their needs. So really much like you're gonna diagnose and then take it from there. I'm very intrigued to find out how you go about acquiring your customers. So like when it comes to marketing, like what channels, what methods are you really finding most effective in getting your voice out there and heard by the right person?
I focus on networking events and personal connection on LinkedIn and also referral partners. I also speak a lot in a online event like a summit and podcast. I have my own podcast and I invite different guests, but I'm also uh, I'm a host and I also am a guest in a different podcast like yours. And I have my YouTube channel. So I have my podcast, I have my YouTube channel, and I use LinkedIn for personal connection and networking when online and in person also.
Nice. So a little bit of everything, like as you say, kind of having the
Yeah, a
part.
little bit from everything. Yeah.
Nice. And then when it comes to like social media, do you run any form of ad campaigns and really drive traffic from there?
I used to run some campaign. I try a little bit Facebook ads, but I do the challenges, free 5 day free challenge, or I have workshops, and I or master classes, and from there I bring some traffic to my programs, to my platforms, and all this. Yeah.
Amazing. So really just driving in and keep it consistent coming through. And then also, are you a solopreneur as well, or do you have a team that helping out like with maybe the coaching, the marketing, and maybe sales side of things as well?
I have from time to time a team. I hire a virtual assistant or some tech people to help me. I use kind of so-called team for go high level platform. But because not many income coming, not many conversion helping recently, I just need to cut the expenses and
Yeah.
yeah, I cannot continue to pay for something that doesn't bring me the income.
Of course, no, exactly. That is the business side of that as well. And I mean, I suppose with that being said, like, was you outsourcing stuff? Is that why it kind of didn't really work out, or is it more just maybe the time of year that we're in as well?
I try to outsource, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money. That doesn't sustain. It's not sustainable for me right now in the beginning.
Amazing. And I suppose with working online as well, you must be able to help people all over the world, which is really cool. Or do you mainly focus, obviously you're based in Canada, do you mainly focus in like your local area of trying to help
No,
people?
no, I'm global. I'm international. I'm mainly in America, Canada, UK, English speaking. Yeah, I can
Amazing.
speak French also, French side also. I can, so it's definitely international. And I can
No.
speak Bulgarian. So,
Naturally. But it's so nice that you have the three, so you can, as you say, help people all over the world, work in the US and Canada. It's pretty cool. And I suppose, like, I want to touch on your plans for the future, Dilyana. So, like, what do the next 6 to 12 months have in store for you? Are you planning on scaling the business? Like, what is the end goal you have in your mind when you think about it?
um, so I would definitely be more consistent on networking and speaking and looking for joint venture partners, also sponsors.
No.
And yeah, I would like to monetize my podcast. I would like to create also include AI in my business, create some tracking tools for menopause with some apps probably, or AI to, I'm just one idea eventually to explore if I find the funding, of course.
Yeah. And that would be great. Even if you could get on like an AI kind of app and have that integrated as well, it's a really great tool to add on moving forward. And I suppose the menopause is really having its shine at the moment. There's a lot of knowledge coming to the situation. Everyone's kind of talking about it. The taboo is lifting a little bit when it comes to women being able to speak about it in the workplace as well. Like, where do you kind of see yourself positioned in that field as the menopause really has its day at the moment?
Yeah, I think this tool that I start using recently with the energetic field stabilization, which can
Yeah.
expand more above the menopause and hormone balances with people who cannot sleep, doesn't matter of the age. It can
Mm,
include also the men, not only the women.
yeah.
So I can definitely position myself as a science-based a tool that I'm using science-based tool and also a really new technology
Mm,
for help women and not only going to midwife crisis different or even with their health in general, like let's say if the scan show that they need more fitness or that they need more in a soul level something in or in a mental level, I can with this microcurrency they can stabilize their field and also the way what's lacking in their energy. Yeah.
yeah. That's it's such an interesting aspect that you have. I've never, how does that kind of work? How does that come into play when they scan the body and get analysis like that?
Yeah, it's a tool who is with a small transmitter and it's connected to different app on the phone, but you
Okay.
need to have a tool as a tool. So the people, I can demonstrate with some free session, and then if they want to buy the tool, there's a website I can provide, they can buy.
Oh, amazing. That's really cool. And I suppose when it comes to like tools or resources that you've implemented in the business, really, what would you say is one big game changer that's really helped you out, kind of navigate the field?
Uh, EI help a lot.
Yeah.
With different tool, different AI can help you with the marketing, with the sales, with connection. Also, uh, now they have AI for LinkedIn if you want to improve the organization optimization of your contacts and to be able what's kind of missing in my
Yeah.
right now it's a lot of booking conversation with me with the right person with the right prospect so that they turn in my clients.
Amazing. Really helping out the outreach. I feel like setting up a company 20 years ago would have been a lot harder without AI, right? Without the extra
Yeah,
work.
I think it's not going to be replaceable soon.
Yeah. It's a big thing. And I have one final question to ask you before we log out. So if you could go back in time, Dilyana, and you could only leave yourself with one piece of advice moving forward, something you know now, but that you didn't know back then, what would you say to yourself?
Oh, that's you if the best is to listen your intuition in what's your heart calling you to do and not your mind telling you to do so that you feel satisfied and fulfill in your career path even there's a challenges you can overcome these challenges if you know that it's your passion you can always follow your passion so listen yourself and listen your higher self or your intuition what it's supposed to do.
I love that. And a very great way to end the podcast. And thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out to find out more about what you're doing, connect with you, and work with you if they would like to do so?
On menopausesupportacademy.com or they can listen my podcast Menopause Made Easy in Spotify, Apple, Podbean. They can find Menopause Made Easy or www.menopausesupportacademy.com. They can connect with me. They book a code from there. They can see all my programs there, my podcast, everything. Yeah. A YouTube
Lovely.
channel and my Facebook groups. And
Beautiful. So menopausesupportacademy.com. The
yes,
best place to go.
that's my
Amazing.
website. Yeah.
Perfect. And Dilyana, thank you so much for joining us today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go and check out menopausesupportacademy.com. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Feature via wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from zero to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing, and we will see you on the next one.